developer
Mr.
perspective.
Jaishankar, I have a more fundamental question. Who will monitor it?
Yeah.
I mean, there are zillions and zillions of developers all over the country. Who is going to look at where are they putting in which account? How is this going to be done at all?
I think there may have to be periodical inspection, and it is primarily most of these things have to be self-regulated. At the same time, there may have to be periodical inspection, like it happens with
By whom? By the
several
Ministry of
other,
Corporate Affairs?
authorities.
Who is in charge? Is it the ROC?
No,
I mean, they don't have such supervisory staff. The MCA doesn't have supervisory staff. The regulator will be perhaps one regulator who will listen to disputes. I don't think, like the Reserve Bank, he has an army of supervisors who will get into and call for the books. The Act doesn't seem to suggest that. So, will this not fall flat on its face, as Dhaval Mehta is saying, on the area of implementation?
It is like an institution like SEBI, which regulates the equity market. Like that, this will also be another such institution, which will, as I said earlier, for the institution to exist, for the institution to have a monitoring mechanism, or they will end up charging a certain fee to the developer on maybe on a square foot basis, which in turn will have a effect on the cost of the product, and also this will be a time-consuming affair.
You also indicated that you see prices going up by 40 to 50%. Did I get you correct that on the back of this you see pricing going up?
Yes, not just because of the Act. I am saying if today if a space is sold on super built area, and if the space has to be tomorrow sold on carpet area basis for the same either an apartment or a house or whatever it is, even if the total value remains the same, on a square foot basis the cost that will be quoted would go up by 40 to 50%, because ultimately there cannot be any free lunch to the customer in this. The super built area includes the share of common areas and the thicknesses of the walls, whereas carpet area means it is just what is built within the four walls or the various inside the apartment.
Okay. One more question. Do you see the possibility of supply getting reduced in the near term? As you cannot, it's just difficult to perhaps acquire land, start off new project. So will supply get hit in the near term?
I wouldn't say supply may not get reduced overall in in a period of 1 to 2 years, but the number of projects that will be marketed in the near term can get reduced, because today there is what is called as pre-launch sales and pre-launch bookings. Some of the projects are launched, not all. Some of the projects are launched when 100% clearances are not there. So such of those projects will have to wait to receive the full clearances before it is marketed to the customer.
Okay, Dhaval
Which in itself is overall it is a positive step.
Okay, Dhaval Mehta, final question to you. In case, as Mr. Jaishankar is suggesting, the law actually puts in place an institution like SEBI for the capital markets, if there is a regulator with enough supervisory staff, and because of moral pressure and the fact that the centre has passed such an act, the states are also forced to appoint regulators. If things come to a pass in that fashion, do you have more hopes that perhaps the real estate consumer will be better placed?
I feel that the real estate consumer, even in the present situation, are protected. The only situation is about the enforcement mechanism, like which should be made more effective in terms of the enforcement of the rights of the consumer. Having passed this particular bill, it doesn't add on to any further consumer protection in my view. But definitely it's one more regulator. In fact, I see that this particular authority being appointed is again a government nominee appointed regulator. So I see that more of bureaucracy are going to be crept into the development process even more, in terms of attainment of approvals, in terms of monitoring the project, in terms of the adjudication of disputes. So rather than speeding up the entire process, I see that the bureaucracy will be crept in more by virtue of the addition of this authority.
All right, that's two different points of view. Thanks a lot, Dhaval Mehta and M.R. Jaishankar, for joining us with your thoughts. The view from the legal community is that instead of having another regulator, perhaps a bench of the High Court designated for real estate will perhaps speed up and give the consumer a better chance to get protected. The Act, of course, has been welcomed from a consumer standpoint, if not from the developer standpoint. And my sense is that real estate companies' stocks have gone up, perhaps on the realization that things are not going to happen too soon.